All right, part 2, choosing the right lender. We touched on it a little bit on part number 1 with the pre-approval process. However, I want to go a little bit more in depth and detail on this one. A lot of people, when I say a lot, I would say most, are told as they grow up, when it comes to buying a home, go to your local bank or shop around for the cheapest rate. Now, I'm not saying a local bank is bad, and I'm not saying a good low rate is bad. Both are really good. However, when it comes to picking the right lender, picking it just purely on those two things, this is where a lot of people have went wrong. Let me explain. It's kind of like picking your lawyer or a doctor or a surgeon, right? Or a therapist. Do you just pick the cheapest one? You usually don't. And also, when you are picking your right lender, a lot of people forget about this. Choosing a great lender is not just about cheap rates and fees. You got to understand, how are they going to communicate with you? Are they going to be able to text? Are they available nights and weekends? Are they going to be able to be very quick? And will they close your loan on time? A lot of people up front, when they're choosing and picking their lender or their bank or whatever, they're choosing it purely on a couple quick, flashy things. But they don't forget to remember one of the most important things that this is all coming down to is your closing day, which gets determined by not usually the lender up front. It gets determined by buyer and seller and the realtors up front when you sign your purchase agreement. So choosing your lender has to come down to communication as well. If they're saying, I don't hand out my cell phone, or it's only 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, what if you're making an offer on a Saturday? What if it's 8 o'clock at night on Tuesday and some big things come up with your realtor, but your lender you picked is not available for another day or two? Do you understand how that's going to cause some mass conflict? Communication is key when picking the right lender, period. But a lot of people forget to ask about that and talk about that when they're choosing. So this part of the process is so important, just like having that solid pre-approval was on part number 1. When you're picking, it's kind of like you need a very, very detailed and complicated surgery. You're going to research and look around, and you're going to probably go to a few different hospitals and clinics in finding who does it the best. Who does it the best is usually what? Experience, the way they communicate, and their availability. You're going to pick a lot on that, as you should when buying a home, when picking your lender and your realtor. These are key, and I cannot stress it enough. After doing over 4,000 or 5,000 different home loan closings, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. A lot of good ones out there, a lot of bad ones out there. A lot of people think, well, I'm just getting a home loan. What does it matter? I'm just going to call my bank and call a few of them and get a cheap rate and good to go. Not with a home loan. With a car loan, maybe. With a bank account, yeah, maybe, right? Because you can just get a quick car loan in about 20 minutes. It's fast. Home loans, the average home loan, everybody, takes about 30 to 45 days to close. So when you do this, you're going to probably have to talk to your lender 10 to 15 different times. And how that communication goes, how the experience goes, and will they close on time? Will they deliver? That's key, right? Will they deliver that surgery when it comes to that surgeon analogy? Will your lawyer deliver in the courtroom? Okay, let's flip it, what we're talking about right now. Will your lender deliver on the promises they're making? With the type of loan you want, with the communication, and getting you to the closing table smooth and on time. I'm not saying a home loan and a real estate transaction is always just going to be hunky-dory and peachy-creamy. It's not. There are going to be a lot of things that come up. So choosing your right lender, if something does happen, like you do hit a speed bump, you do bump the car into another car, how are they going to handle you, treat you? How are they going to solve problems? That is key. That's why getting recommendations. How was your experience? Look at the customer service reviews. See what people are saying. that's going to tell a big story on how your experience is probably going to go. Because I don't know about you, but even when I take trips, or even when I go into the chiropractor, or when I've had to hire a lawyer, the way they've treated me and communicated with me was worth maybe an extra couple dollars. It was, and I would pay it again. So this is key. And I hope this helps, because this is a big part of my passion in this industry. So, on to part number 3.